Hey, beautiful people. Listen, I am super excited today. One of the reasons I'm so excited is because this is the premiere of season 2 of My Big Full Authentic Life. And I will tell you, this season is indeed a season of impact. And so I'm really excited about what's in store, even in this episode. And in this episode, what I decided to do was, instead of having a guest for this episode, I just wanted to share some things with you on what you can expect from the upcoming season, why we made some of the changes that we made this season, some of our goals and aspirations, and ultimately why we do what we do and why we want to build a community. So I'm really excited about this conversation because it is the kickoff, and I'm really excited about what this season holds. I really am. But before we really get into all of that, I have to give a shout out to our sponsor, and that's Thing Hat Thing, or THT Creative. And one of the reasons that I really want to give them the shout out that I always do is because last season they believed in us. Even though we did not have an audience, we really didn't have very much of a presence at all. And even at this point, we don't have a huge audience by any means, but their support says that they see something in what we're doing and they're willing to support it even in the lean times. So I always have to give a shout out to Thing Hat Thing. That's THT Creative. And let me tell you why I think their involvement in this is so important and why you should actually check them out. If you're a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur, I have to tell you that most people judge if a business is legitimate, 95% of them anyway, by the way that they present, by the way that they look. And in the digital realm now, it's impossible to escape having that digital presence out there. And so what THT does, THT Creative, what they do is they help you with your digital presence so that you can focus on what you do best, and that's running your business. So they believe that digital presence shouldn't be a complicated thing. It shouldn't be something that's cumbersome or difficult. They do the hard work for you, and you simply do your business. And when those two things come together, absolute magic can happen. So if you want to learn more about Thing Hat Thing, contact them at thtcreative.com. That's thtcreative.com. And let them know that I sent you. Let them know that you heard about them through our podcast. They have been supporters. They are great people. They do a wonderful job. So check them out. All right. So listen, before we go any further into this, I am ready to start this celebration off right, okay? Let's go ahead and jump into the show. This is about the journey, your journey. What's your purpose? Hey, beautiful people, I want to welcome you, first of all, to the season 2 premiere of My Big Full Authentic Life. And this is the show that's all about helping us all live that big, full, authentic life on purpose. But there's also another reason to celebrate. The other reason to celebrate is that today, at the time of this recording, it is June the 5th. That means it's my birthday, baby. It's my birthday, baby. So guess what? I am celebrating my birthday right now, and I'm so excited that you are here to celebrate with me. And, you know, before we even really get into it, I have to tell you that this has truly been a labor of love. That season 1, while it was wrought with challenges, while it was wrought with learning curves and all that kind of stuff, it really is a season that is dear to my heart, because while we were learning, we still were able to produce some amazing interviews. We were able to give some great advice, and I met some incredible people. And I'm really, really looking forward to season 2 to furthering that same thing. But let me tell you what some of the major triumphs were, first of all, of season 1. First of all, we did it. And we did it at a level that was pretty high level, honestly. No, we did not grow a huge audience. No, it wasn't like we had, Club Shake Shack numbers. Man, maybe it was, I should have gotten Cat Williams. Maybe that's what it was. I should have gotten Cat Williams to do his thing. But hey, maybe this season I will. Actually, my whole goal is to stay positive, is to present nothing but positivity. And I'm thankful that we were able to do that in season 1. So those were major triumphs for us, that we were able to keep it positive, that we were able to provide good information for people. I'm talking about things like establishing boundaries. I'm talking about like understanding when you have to fight for yourself. That some of the guests that I had, they were incredible in terms of the content and the tools that they left behind. But I will also tell you that there were some challenges that we faced last season. I learned that you really have to incorporate other people, that it's hard to do it all by yourself. And the thing that really became apparent to me, that saying where it said, yeah, you can go faster when you do it by yourself, but you can go a lot further when you have others traveling with you. Well, I needed to get it up and started, and we did that. So we were able to get that done. But this season, it's about the long haul. This season, it's about moving forward in a way that really is sustainable. So one of the challenges that I really had, and this, I'm very transparent when it comes down to this, was being consistent. And what I mean by being consistent, especially with everything that was going on in my life at the time, it was tough to consistently produce high quality content that would have an impact. And so what would happen is, even though I wanted to produce a lot more, I could only produce maybe one a month. That was at the level that I feel like you all deserve. That's at the level that I know that we're capable of. And in the middle of this, I'm still running my business. I'm a speaker. I do corporate speaking. I'm a consultant. I do all of those things as well. But it was difficult to provide you with the content that you deserve. So what ended up happening was I only produced maybe about one per month during the first season. I really wanted to be a once a week show, but it's the kind of thing where I simply did not have the bandwidth to do that on a consistent basis. So I ended up producing about one per month. But this time we kind of reworked some things and we're looking at producing more. I still won't be at once a week, but at least you'll get 2 a month. And I'm really looking forward to depth in conversation, to depth in outcome, and to growing deeper and richer connections with the community. And so let me tell you why I believe that this climate is right for this kind of thing. First of all, we live in a time that can be pretty scary. In fact, I believe that it is designed that way. What do I mean by that? Fear leads to profits. Fear leads to attention. Fear leads to people clicking up, grouping up, and sallowing off. And for somebody, that's a benefit. For somebody, that's a good thing. Now, is it a good thing for humanity? I don't believe so. I don't believe so at all. And so I believe that the time is right for this kind of podcast and for this kind of content, because it provides a beacon of hope for people in a dark world. It provides some light where everything seems to be blurry and unclear, where people are not sure if they're coming or going, where again, people thrive off of I would dare say insanity. And we've come to normalize that kind of insanity. Well, no, I believe we're better than that. In fact, I know we can be better than that. And so this is one way that I can contribute to the betterment of us, to the betterment of our perspective, to the betterment of how we even feel about ourselves, our relationships, and what power do we have to overcome those things? Because many times, if you are bombarded with things that are cloaked in fear, you feel powerless. You feel like, what can I do? Well, the stories that I plan on bringing that I've already recorded, that we're already going to start to put out there, they're exactly what you can do about it. They are shining examples of people who have looked at a particular situation, faced a particular challenge, and figured out, hey, this is how I can do what I can do to deal with that. This is how I can overcome this. This is what I need to do in order to bring sanity, stability, and peace into my life. So these are the kinds of things that we want to share. And we want to do it from an authentic place. For example, each and every single one of the guests that I have on this show are people who have looked at their situation and said, what can I do about it? And they moved from their core. They moved from a set of principles, a set of beliefs, a set of values, and they moved forward with it. Now, I want you to understand something. I'm not talking about, that it has to be this particular value or that particular perspective. No, there are a diversity of opinions. There are a diversity of thoughts. There are a diversity of experiences. But here's the thing. We can all learn something from each and every single one of them. So it may not be what you're accustomed to, but it's certainly something that you can learn from. Even if that thing that you learn for it is, I don't need to do that. That's not for me, brother. That's cool. That is no problem. So we can do that. So we have some incredible stories coming your way this season. And just so you'll know where we are now in terms of growth, as I said, when my sponsor came on last year, I didn't have an audience. I really didn't. And honestly, my audience is not that much bigger now. But this is what we want to do. Number one, we want to be more consistent in the production in terms of the output, because the quality was always pretty good. However, the consistency of the output is what the issue is. So what I've done is I've systematized some things. I've brought some people on to be help with this and can support this so that I can continue, to do the things that I need to do to feed myself, but also grow this arm of it as well. And so the goal is to grow listeners. The goal is to create community and strengthen community and push this forward, because I believe one of the ways that we can overcome these issues of fear, these issues of negativity, these issues of division is by creating a community that is dedicated and intentional about promoting and spreading positivity. Let me tell you something. This is something that I learned. I learned that humans are capable of any and everything. Let me say that again. Human beings are capable of any and everything. I'm talking about the good, the bad, the beautiful, the ugly, unimaginable genius, and unthinkable depravity. We are capable of it all. And the truth is, it exists in every single one of us. But I believe when we're intentional about appealing to the better in us, when we're intentional about developing what's better in us, when we are intentional about crafting a brighter future for us and our community, that's how we overcome that. People often ask, well, how could something like slavery start? Or who would have ever thought something like the Holocaust could take place? Or what's with all this genocide? People are just standing by and allowing this to happen. Well, here's the thing that I realize. If we can sit quietly and see what's happening in the Congo and not do anything about it, that's how it happens, because we're capable of anything and we are capable of everything. And as long as people with good intentions, as long as people who see that it's wrong sit by silently, it's going to happen. And I promise you that the ugly, the depravity, that those things that represent the worst in us, it can indeed prevail. So that's why something like this is so important. It's a podcast, yeah, but guess what? It is not about the Herculean efforts that really change the world. It's about the aggregate of us pulling together as a community to work towards good and really put our shoulders behind the wheel to make it happen, that we make change happen. I know it's almost cliche now to say, be the change you want to see. But the truth is, the best way to predict the future is to create it. So why not create something good? Why not create greatness? Why not create the world that you say is idealistic? But if you didn't have the thought, it could not have been a reality. So that means that it can indeed happen. And that's what this is about. This is about strengthening, uniting, and bringing people together to be, as I like to say, to be what you were created to be. I'm talking about purpose there. To be who you are. I'm talking about from your authentic core, not what someone told you you were, not what some societal perspective said that you should be. I'm talking about who you are at your core. That's why the authenticity piece, the authenticity piece is so important, because it really is about being guided by your core. And see, I'm an optimist. I believe that at their core, people are basically good. People are basically looking for what is the right thing to do. And honestly, some of us are looking for what is the righteous thing to do. And so that's why I'm doing what I do. So I want to tell you what some of the goals are for this upcoming season. I have this thing called Gold 141. That's Gold 141. And it's really simple. I want 1,000 subscribers to my YouTube channel, 4,000 watch hours, and 1,000 streams per month on each platform. Yeah, that's 1,000 YouTube subscribers, 4,000 watch hours per month on YouTube, and 1,000 streams per platform per month. And let me tell you why that's important. As I said before, this is something that is near and dear to my heart, and it really is about building that community to overcome the negativity that's out in the world. And I believe that it starts with us as individuals. I believe, and let me rephrase that. I believe it starts with me. I believe it starts with you. So I want to get much more granular than just us. Okay. You can do something about it. I can do something about it. And so in order to do that, it takes resources. It takes resources in order to do that. These cameras, these lights, all of this stuff. And no one ever said, yeah, well, you have to do all that. But guess what? This is a part of what I can do. I can use my voice. I can use my connections. I can use the concept that people are basically good. And this is how I voice that. This is how I give platform to that. So this is why I want to do that. It takes 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to get to monetization on YouTube. With the 1,000 streams per month, it gives sponsors something new to look at, something that says, hey, they actually have an audience. And let me tell you something. I do have an audience. You see, I believe that everyone was created with a purpose. And not only a purpose, but that also means that if I have a purpose, that means that there is a group of people out there that my voice is perfectly pitched for, that they'll hear messages coming from me, that they'll understand those messages coming from me, and they'll internalize them and act on them. Now, that's not everybody. Some people can't stand the sound of my voice. Some people can't stand to see all this chocolate coming at them on their YouTube feed. They'll strike it right away. But there are some who's going to stick. There are some who's going to linger. They're also the ones who are going to roll up their sleeves and rock with me. I'm looking for my Rock With Me crew. That's who I'm looking for. And see, again, this is about building that community. So why do I want to build a community? It's not just to overcome negativity. That is the big goal. That is the idealistic goal. But I really want to foster a supportive community of people that have come together who have said, listen, there are some things in my life that I want to work on, that I really want to get to my authentic core. I want to discover my purpose. I want to be fulfilled in all of that. And I want to make an impact in the world. And I want to support the people who are like-minded and want to do the same thing. Now, it may not be the same task. It may not be the same modality of getting it done. But what it is we're being like-minded and moving forward from an authentic place to present positive change in the world. That's what this is about. And so I've created a Facebook group. And in this Facebook group, it's the My Big Full Authentic Life Facebook group. Right now, it's just got posts and whatnot about the podcast. But eventually what we want to do is we want to make it a group where individuals can share their thoughts, their ideas, where they can share their struggles, where they can share their triumphs, and we can be supportive one to another. I want it to be a group where you can get in closer contact with the guests that I have. So if you want the book, or you want to share a book idea, or you want support in writing a book, or if you want support in your business, or you have something that will be beneficial to members of the group, that we can have that conversation, we can converse about it, and we can have an exchange of ideas, an exchange of energy, an exchange of supporting each other. I want us to be able to create coaching groups or individual coaching. And here's the thing, I want it to be organic. I want it to grow from that. Nothing contrived, nothing put together and okay, yeah, it's just going to be the seller's marketing course. That's not what I'm about at all. I want courses. I want coaching groups. I want those connections to happen, but it all has to be for the edification of the people who have joined up with this. It all has to be for the uplifting of the people who have said we are a part of this community. And that voice resonates with me. So yeah, that's what it's about. And so why is that so important to do that? This is a mindset thing. This is a thing of mindset and purpose. That's the overarching theme of the podcast, actually. It's about mindset. It's about understanding that, first of all, who you are as an individual is important. It is that your thoughts matter, that your voice matters, that you have something that you can contribute that's positive. And I don't care if you're in a situation where you've been muted before, or you felt like you've had to dumb yourself down or hide your wings, or if you were unsure about certain steps and you weren't confident in what you had to bring to the table, or even you may have even thought that you might not be able to make a difference. Well, I am here to tell you, My Big Full Authentic Life is here to tell you, the community that we're building is here to tell you that yes, you are valuable. Yes, your voice does matter. Yes, you can contribute something of value that makes a difference. And it doesn't have to be dressed up. It doesn't have to be a certain way or a certain look or a certain feel. As long as it's authentic and it's coming from a good place, I promise you, you will find your audience. You will find your tribe. You will find the lock that your key was specifically designed to open. Yeah. So it really is about coming from that authentic place to find that purpose, to find that fulfillment, and ultimately to have that impact. You know, it is so important that we know who we are. And maybe I should say it this way. It is so important that we have the proper perspective of who we are. That we understand that throughout it all, we can have an impact. and that we do indeed influence people all the time. Even if you don't realize it, your life is a testament. It is an example. It is being watched. People are watching you and they're picking up cues. They're understanding how to behave in certain perspectives, or they're trying to understand what you're all about and what drives you. And the truth is, many people do that because they don't understand who they are themselves. And all of us have experienced that. All of us at some point or another have experienced some insecurity, or maybe I should say at some point or another, I have, because maybe not everybody is like me, but I know I have. And I know even sometimes to this day, I have to be reminded. I have to be reminded that I am fearfully and wonderfully made, that I do indeed have purpose, and that my voice means something. And just like I need to be reminded of that, I try to offer a platform for others to be reminded of that as well. And not only reminded, but supported in that. And so that's what this is about. And I'll tell you, this season, I've got some amazing interviews with people who are laying it down from their perspective, talking about their triumphs, talking about their challenges, and how they overcame those challenges. And some of them even talk about the challenges that they're still dealing with every day and how they're navigating those waters. This show is about being transparent. It's about educating. It's about inspiring. It's about empowering. So I've said that this season will be a season of impact. This will be a season of empowerment. This will be a season of inspiration. And with each show, my goal is to leave you with something that will help you move forward. So I am really, really looking forward to this journey. I'm looking forward to building the audience. I'm looking forward to growing a community of like-minded people who are engaged in the process of personal development, of professional development, and ultimately involved in the work of making this world a better place. And I know it will be still more learning. There'll still be some mistakes. There'll be some challenges. But I promise you, there will be progress. I promise you we'll move forward. And we're going to open up some things. We're going to open up some offerings to help you engage more, some tools that may be able to assist you along your path. And I'm also looking at doing some live shows where people can call in, they can ask questions. You can communicate with guests. Not all shows will be live, but I am looking at doing some of that this season because I really want this to be an interactive experience. So again, I'm really excited about that. I feel a new fervor. I feel a new excitement. Maybe because it's my birthday. Maybe because I'm a year older now and it's always like these new beginnings. Like every day, it's a new day. And I'll tell you, with my birthday month, I celebrate the entire month of June. And I often say, every day is a banquet. Every touch is an embrace. Well, the truth is, that's how I live my life every day. Every meal is a banquet. Every hello is an embrace. And it's all about spreading love and positivity. And I will tell you, I have been so blessed these 51 years. You know, when I was first diagnosed, it was said that I would not live to be 5 years old. And that was just the prognosis of spinal muscular atrophy, which is the disability that I have. And I'm 51 today. You know, it's a testament. It's a testament to purpose. It's a testament to strength. It's a testament to how good God is to me and my family. And honestly, my goal is to use every ounce of skill, every ounce of talent, every ounce of ability that I have to show others that within them resides potential unlimited. But it is up to us, it is up to you, it is up to me to tap into that and make it a reality. It's in you. It's in you. So I really appreciate you taking time today to not only celebrate this premiere of season 2 of my big, full, authentic life, but also to celebrate season 51 of my life. I want to thank you so much. I want to thank you for being a support, for being a listening ear, to just supporting what I've been doing in my endeavors. And I tell you, there are greater things coming. There's so much more in the pipeline that's coming. And I'm really, really looking forward to having some world-class conversations and seeing some real impact in people's lives. So I just want to thank you for being with me today. And even as we get ready to close things out, I want you to do something for me. If you really want to help me celebrate my birthday today, remember goal 141. That's 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's 4,000 watch hours. So I really do need you to watch the video for me. And that's 1,000 streams per month on each channel. That's what I want to accomplish this season. So if you can help me do that, I greatly appreciate it. Now listen, if you're not rocking with it, don't do it, because I really do want people who are engaged. But for those of you who really are looking for ways to learn more, to grow, to share how you overcome, and to support others in their journey, this is the place. Let's do that. Go on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. In fact, I'll put some things out there so you can do that automatically if you choose to. Or if you listen to this podcast on Apple Podcast or wherever you get your podcast, go ahead, subscribe to the screen, give us a review, and follow us. That way we can make that happen. Download the streams. Let's get that. Because I believe it's possible. In fact, I know it is. And that'll be a wonderful happy birthday to me. Listen, I really, really appreciate you. And please come along on this journey with me. Let's grow this community, all right? Yeah. Well, I tell you what, this has been fantastic. As always, if you're living, that means you're here. And if you're here, why not choose to live that big, full, and authentic life? Until next time, God bless.